So he will have the surprise if EDG are the ones to kick off the fights. And it can also, I love the combo of Ornn plus Nocturne too.
Ready to come down to threaten. Now, Karabako's got to get out of here. Polymorph gonna flash the safety scout, goes in for the auto, and first blood, he could get punished. Not gonna quite happen yet. Trading on the bottom side, but iBoy's still winning that one out. Tomcat's gonna bring him back. Are they gonna be able to find the all-in here? Are they now ignited, running for his life? Tries to buy a bit of time with the Spirit's Refuge, but now they're just gonna look for two. iBoy, Exhausted, gonna have to back off the flash forward. Tongue connects, he wants one more, can he get it? The arrow does manage to take it back. Beautiful tank, watching to make an impact. He's going bot lane's going mid. Lulu could now just be in trouble. I don't think there's any way out for this. The Lulu trying to get a kill back in return, but iBoy just on a killing spree. Six is here too. I feel like we're just gonna hear him push the button. There it is, goes in. Lulu, where are you gonna go? Not a lot of options trying to run, just silenced and eliminated.
EDG made its way towards that mid lane just to make Karabako's day that bit worse.
Top lane 10 difference.
Here we go,
the world. Ulti now going to come in. Lamont now to be able to make his way out of this one. Everything being burned. They're trying to turn him over, but clearly it's right there. Going to take one down. Trying to grab another one now. The rest of the bot lane is here. This is disaster for Infinity. They finally get one kill, but it might just cost them everything. iBoy in the face of the Camille. One taken down. Looking for one more, but the flash out to safety. The double still dropping in the end, and here comes the Scion. Looking to make an impact here. We'll get the slowdown, the shutdown as well. This could be the turn. A massive influx of gold into the pockets of the Varus. But Ray coming as predicted. Knockup still going to connect. He's going in. No mercy from the side of EDG in this exchange. Eat up the Scion, make him a zombie, make him run away in fear. And just absolutely no chance there at the end of the day. 10 they want to. And we look back, Vedius. You set some clear stakes for what Infinity needed to do. You said, you got to limit.
Relying on a team like EDG to make a mistake, and unfortunately, they're not making many mistakes.
No, there you go. Push R to kill a champion. That's all it's going to take.
That's not going to be lasting very long.
Maybe get a bit of time, try to hit it home. Infinity, can they find a return play here? Well, not too likely. A scout threatening over the backside, forcing out the Lulu ult immediately. Will they push for a second tower?
I think they will.
Can they close out?
Well, that's what we hope to see as he looks for another ult.
Trying to find the pick here on a Scion. There's the fear. Ornn coming in as well. Tahm Kench is here too. Relic, I don't think there's any way out of this one, buddy. Channeled and shut down in the end.
Showed that much respect, and I feel like they didn't need to. I guess they were waiting for the scout to just push out mid, have someone from Infinity catch the wave, and now they have their eyes set on the bot lane.
And this is the point that if we talked about. Outer towers are up. EDG play a clean game. Tier 2s are up. Just a little more suspect.
Now, the thing is, though, it's important to remember that they could also just force a fight. Group is 5, say, come fighters. They have so many engage tools that I don't think they're threatening this objective.
Mako's just gonna walk at him. Scout flashes it. Oh, God, no, clear left 2. They're deleting everybody. There is no mercy, Vedius. EDG, a single moment, a decisive action. The Ornn ult comes out too. Shen is next on the menu. Oh, it's just not enough strikes, Vedius.
So I thought that they would go for the slow and calculated play. They decided brute force was the way to go. But you know, we were talking about it, right? I feel like they could just force a fight, and then Scout was like, oh, we can just force a fight because I can one-shot their AD carry.
We call
3 lanes. They have a very fed LeBlanc in the side.
Do your best to. Sadly, Scout poking this one out, and if any individual member tries to contest here, they will likely just get deleted. So Infinity sending multiple members to take it out. Turret still goes down in the end, though. A slow chip down here.
Third up still hanging around, waiting for an opportunity. Here comes the ult from Ray.
For an opportunity to get it started. There goes the Paranoia. The flash comes out anyway. Lulu all isolated and on her lonesome. Scout creeps in and deletes the opposition. iBoy into the middle of 3 members. Does not care. Now looking to clean house. Tahm Kench can use the ulti, immediately going to cancel. Scout goes golden. Scion, all that's left standing in the face of EDG. And this might just be it, Vedius. Wave is here. They've got more than enough time on the death timers, and no single member can stop this push. Monumental task ahead of Relic. I do not think it can be done. It is the slow, steady close out here after an explosive early game. EDG are just going to walk it down, Vedius, and a commanding first win here in their playing group.
Very convincing from the side of EDG. So early game that they can play around, largely around the mid lane, with the Olaf that they've drafted for themselves. But Supermassive, they're trying to mitigate that early snowball potential. They've drafted
forward. The answer is yes. Headbutt pull, flash in, wants to get it started, trying to keep the Tahm Kench away, throwing down a decent amount of damage. Snowflower, I don't think it's going to be enough. The Grey Health now coming out, unstoppable as they dive under the tower, running him down here in the exchange. First blood dropping, locked up under tower, but the minion is there to keep him healthy, to heal, the flash out to save
G2, but G2 top side of the map had already split apart. This just exposed this bot lane tower, and when Supermassive had so much pressure, they've now given themselves their first tower of the game.
take this one down, matching G2's tower, close to evening the gold up after this one falls. Another tower with it if they're given the chance, but GBM engaged on in the mid lane. They know the ultimate's not there. Actually coming up just in time. Looks like he still will fall, but Snowflower comes in, a heroic save. Perkz wants to take him out, the dash through, not quite enough. Perkz leaps back to the snow screen. Now Zeitnot is looking to clean through the team. Jankos incredibly low, Zeitnot very strong at this stage of the game. G2 caught and running. Wadid needs to be careful. Is gonna get knocked up, is gonna get taken back. Supermassive grabbing a kill of their own.
Beautiful play there from Snowflower to flash in and save GBM at just the last second. G2 end up getting forced into a 5 versus 4 because Hjarnan wasn't there, and that's Supermassive in control. They have their eyes set on the outer tower in mid.
G2 so comfortable in the early laning phase, but now Supermassive are starting to come online. Gold.
Void Staff is one. We'll see. We'll keep track of what Perkz is up to as he goes on to GBM again.
Shroud trying to buy a bit of time. How many members are going to get hit by that Ornn ultimate? It's a slow and steady play. The tanky front line stopping anything else from coming out. Perkz now dashing out to safety. Fabulous looking for the re-engage. Wonder trying to knock down a little bit of CC. Hjarnan free firing, but the Vars is on the way. It looks like Wonder is just the sacrificial lamb. Yet another one. It goes functioning beautifully as that front liner. Second tower now going to fall. Supermassive still looking confident. Have to play careful though. Cannot afford to disrespect G2 here. Tower charges in. Perkz hungry. Gets pulled back into the stun. A little bit awkward there in the end. It looks like Inhibitor Tower is going to break. Supermassive are unrelenting. They are not going to give G2 the time to wait on those item spikes, to wait on that Tristana to scale up.
Extremely good in this mid game. We talked about how they're not the most aggressive, they're not the strongest early game team.
Zillion has that Rod of Ages you talked about. So much tank here. Doesn't even have an Hourglass, not even concerned about it. And now has a Ludens as well. Supermassive instead going for the flank engage. G2 are starting to realize what they've gotten themselves into. Predator now coming out. Alti goes in for the sign. He's trying to drift his way around. Snowflower off to the backside. Perkz now running in, trying to eliminate the members before anything else can happen. Snowflower already forced to use the Devour. Ornn now coming in. Is this the re-engage that they need? 4 members and then only 2 going to get hit though in the end. Fabulous running. Ornn ulti not quite connecting as much as they need to, and now here comes the turn. Zillion speeding up the members. Jankos forced to use the ulti now, pulled back into the middle of the team. Perkz flashing out to safety, no Shroud, not today, and Supermassive take yet another skirmish in their favor. Maybe able to get something done here. 7K. Wonder, Wadid, Jankos, Hjarnan off to the side. Snowflower goes in. He's going to try to stop this from happening. He's not going to give the opportunity. The rest of Supermassive a little split in their decision, but they focus up on the Baron. 5K getting lower. Jankos yet to burn that flash. They're zoning him out with the Zillion. I don't think Jankos can make his way into that pit. That one's going to be in the favor of Supermassive. Clean Baron take for the Turkish line. See your avenues back in. The 3 items are finally there for Hjarnan. You check out that last team fight, a lot of damage.
Not had the same performances that he's had in the past. This assassin has not found a single kill. And whether or not he can even do that at this point in the game will be a big factor in whether or not G2 can find a comeback, because Supermassive are now sieging onto the base.
Horn has been blown. Zeitnot will get knocked up, but they're just staying back. That's one major engage tool taken off the menu, and it means Supermassive just feel free to approach this tower. It's all too easy. They're going to look to break their first inhibitor of the game, can walk right into mid lane too to continue extending this advantage. Massive lead for Supermassive. And this is not how you expect younger regions to beat European teams. You
look at how well Supermassive have played against G2. 8 towers to 1. There have only been 4 kills total in this game. It has been slow, it has been steady, and now with only 1 inhibitor standing in their way, Supermassive are on track to getting the win over G2.
If you're a G2 fan, you're praying for one of those Perkz moments, one of those clutch moments where he can turn a fight. But the knock-up, the CC is there. They're not going to give him a chance to do anything. Rooted, getting taken down. GBM with the bomb is merciless as they continue the push here. That's going to be the second inhibitor falling. Supermassive may just be able to walk this one down. It is a last stand here from the side of G2. Their mid laner, their man in the mid lane, the franchise player for this lineup is dead. Who will stand up for G2 to stop Supermassive from entering the game? That's the ulti, that's the combo. Hjarnan's on the backside, he's uncontested hitting, but Fabulous is going to find the knockup. Zeitnot now moving forward, knockback comes through. Stonemage getting taken off to the side, but still Zeitnot remains untouched. Every single member from Supermassive is up and alive, and Vedius, I cannot believe it, in their first match on the international stage, Supermassive take down G2.
Massive win for Super. When you get to a point in the game when Azir and Tristana are irrelevant, Xin Zhao isn't. So I feel like something like a move away from his soldiers, he then loses all of his DPS. So He needs the items to be completed before he can really look for those trades, and now we see Solid Snake up in the top lane.
Panther are going to need to try to find a way out of this one. The stun does not work. Poppy denying any escape. Solid Snake just going to try to walk him down. The red buff is there. He's running now for his life. He has the flash, but I don't even think it's worth burning it. First blood dropping for Solid Snake in the early game, and after... But Udisoft does not know. Here comes Solid Snake. Walking forward, the root is there. Predator comes out. Udisoft looks like he's just going to be food for Solid Snake and Kodapako. Another kill drop. Triple running for his life. The
game, and they can feel pretty confident about winning the map.
And there's a brief window of opportunity, Vedius, where Tristana hits 3 items, where she can match the Kai'Sa and get ahead. But once Kai'Sa hits that 4th item, well, then she's winning again. And maybe if they can protect the AD carry, they have now training up the next White Lotus, the guy second only to White Lotus. We're going to hold that thought is in the mid lane. We see the play coming out. Kodapako now potentially in trouble, running for his life, and this could be a kill back for the Direwolves. Rise is going to get taken down. A nice start, but here comes the Tahm Kench. Triple throwing down a bit of damage. Udisoft knocking him back out. So this is just going to get used. Rift Herald. Realm warped in, but now they're just going to start the fight. The Rift Herald's not there. Triple getting this one kicked off, but he may just go down immediately. The heal now comes out. Beautiful team fight for the Direwolves thus far. Poppy doing what she can to deny. Now the Tahm Kench is here. Udisoft going to back the rest of the team up. They're trying to pick up Kodapako, but they're not going to get it. Dragon of the game. Mountain and an ocean to back them up as they push forward. Will help if they want to go for the split push.
Obviously, in terms of damage output, Ranger's going to have that advantage. The skirmish kicks off the mid.
Taking a lot of damage here, but Solid Snake is on the way, and Udisoft is here as well, but that Xin Zhao is still quite far behind. Cupcake going to hold back in the duration of his ulti. Archie still might go down here. Azir wants it. Is he going to get it? One more auto means Triple takes down the support on the side of it.
They need to give that space over towards the Direwolves. Otherwise, they're going to keep looking for these fights.
All right, we'll take the 1-for-1 trade. We'll push in on the bottom side of the map, and now if Direwolves don't get this tower, they're going to feel pretty stupid.
This is the difference in the comps, though, right? Infinity want to try and play on a side lane. Right now, they're just trying to wait for the his engage from Direwolves.
Horn, the flash out from Kodapako. They're just going to give up the tower immediately. Azir sets up one.
So debatable if that trade was worth it, seeing as they're going to lose a 3rd tower off the back of it as well.
He's looking for that engage opportunity. Solid Snake, though, moving up. If they can kill the Skarner before he gets a chance to ult, flashing back into the middle of the team. Now the Ornn ulti coming through is going to hit 2 members, but Kodapako's untouched on the side. Ryu's alive as well, but Triple's not going to give him easy access. 2 members taken out immediately by the Direwolves. A beautifully played fight, and now they're just going to have to back off. Too many threats on the side of Direwolves to fight any longer. No access to the smite. Arsene went with the barrier instead. It is just going to get taken down by the Direwolves, and Direwolves now
pushing these waves, and they have a slow push up in the top lane as well. And it's really important that they rotate up towards the top side of the map as well to try and deny
this push.
Yeah, the poke and the siege from the Direwolves is extremely strong. Remember, Udisoft coming in as a sub for Shunfire, the star of their team, yet Direwolves have come out through superior team fighting, and now they're sieging onto the first inhibitor tower of the game. Infinity looking for a bit of poke, but they get forced back.
Vedius, there's just no recourse. The Azir tower behind Direwolves makes them near impossible to flank. Poppy throwing out the ult just to threaten them, just to tell them to back up. The Triple and King just move forward. They're just going to break through this inhibitor. 27 minutes in, the Baron's still ticking, and Direwolves 4K coming out. Poppy going to try and find the disengage. 2 threats taken out. Biopanther needs to make his way out, but he's been suppressed and pulled back to the team. This is a pick back. Can they get the kill? Cupcake now in the middle of everybody. Udisoft throwing out a bit of damage. King untouched on the backside. Is he going to go for any more aggressive plays? Just decides to back off. Low health bars across the board, but Direwolves will break the tower in the end, giving up only
again, but the Xin Zhao ulti coming in clutch, knocks away the Infinity members, doesn't take any additional damage, and gets away with Azir, I guess, because he is on the bot side of the map. They could also try and steal the enemy
way in. 5K and dropping. Direwolves, are they going to risk the 50-50? Solid Snake's going in. Realm Warp is there. Miles just going to try to force him back. The Skarner, can he make it into the pit? Relic in the middle of everybody. Renyu goes in. He takes down the jungler. The Baron does drop in his favor, though. Maybe Infinity can fight this back. They have the man advantage, but they've lost the Baron. If they die here, the game will end in the favor of Direwolves. Relic doing what he can to save the day, but the 80 carry's already gone. Kodapako versus the world as Direwolves just clean up this fight, take the Baron, and look to end all hope for this Infinity lineup.
Direwolves find a huge fight, and while it costs them their jungler, it could very well secure them the game as King jumps in again.
TPing again, flashing forward, the QSS kills him mid-air. No mercy for the Direwolves. They are unconcerned about jet lag. They are unconcerned about their sub-jungler. They are making it work here on the play-in stage, picking up their first win of the tournament, putting Infinity down to 0-2. If you are an OPL fan, this is exactly the game one you wanted to see, because Direwolves are absolutely cleaning house.
Huge props to the sub-jungler.
They carry such heavy skirmish potential, and it's going to come out. And we already mentioned the gauntlet that GBM's willing to throw. That is certainly one.
Interesting.
And if you do get those picks, there is an opportunity to blow people up.
So I was the interesting lane of Gragas and Kai'Sa
hold that
over
thought.
the wall, holding. No Ragnarok coming through. Level 5 Stone Mage. Chain goes out as they make sure he's tunneled into the choke point. Beautifully done. End of the line kill picked up by Lloyd. And now it's going to be Ascension inside Supermassive jungle. But Supermassive doesn't want any of this fight. And they're going to start backing off. Unbreakable used by Snowflower. This could be the catch here. Body slam into him. They're picking up more on the side of Ascension. And that one's over to G4 as they're able
Right now between Lloyd and Rich, and time again, Rich just continually looking aggressive in this play.
Ooh, Ignite down, more hits to
got
GBM,
him.
ticking down, and GBM is down. G4, can they pull the kill back up? He distorts to the top of lane, pulls out Ragnarok from Stone Mage.
And the 2v1
Wow.
outplay out of G4, just no fear at all. Burns both summoner spells, gets his man, and he's gonna get first turret as well.
Ridiculous. They may even just give this gold to Lloyd, so that feels really good for him. Or just on the money right now.
And I do want to actually bottom lane
Oh,
fight.
Rich, he's not feeling too good on the money. Rich going down, and it's going to be a teleport out of the bot lane. No kills onto Ascension. Supermassive has the gold even by just 1,000. They take this turret, and they are right back in it. Stone Mage now into G4, and this could be how it happened. G4 is the one to start off the fights, not get the fight started onto him. But Nixor's there with Killer Instinct, and they'll stop this one in its tracks. Stone Mage gets the Ignite down, and they may be able to follow through the fight. Kill pressure's gone from G4, and they lose Rich on the side of Ascension. Support going in, that's going to be Snowflower getting the first tag on. Winter's Bite locks down G4.
And just a whole week on, that is just irrelevant in the team fight. And this is where Supermassive can start really putting this through. This is now Zeitnot's game one more time to be able to win. I don't really care about that one. I'm a Cassin and I hop everywhere. Running doesn't really do anything for me. And that is trading a gold objective on a scaling composition. You know, the break at this stage of the game. So unless it really comes down to a Baron force, I just don't see.
Really doing a great job at acting.
Lloyd might be in some trouble here, Riv.
Ooh, no hit onto Baron. They're not going to activate it. Great blocks by Snowflower. Glacial Fisher misses. Sneakosaurus over the wall. Still has all of his summoners up. Rocky's going right in the middle of the fight. Puts himself in the frying pan. Stone Mage makes it out alive. Rocky's going to get cut down.
And that
Shots
was
going over to
the
GBM.
tankiest member, and they're going to look to continue the fight here.
Quick slow, decimated onto Lloyd. The Q coming out, and a double fall to Supermassive.
Yeah, not even going to be a contest coming in there, and we already mentioned that the one-way Ascension can force the team fight.
Here, they seem to be quite confident in their play, in their style, and taking it a little longer than that early game aggression. They can really defend anything, and right now they are actually going through every turret that Ascension has on the map for the kills, for the fights, and they're gonna make it out 5 tall and take down second tier mid as well.
Stone Mage got the triple kill there somehow. GBM was hopping on everyone, was absolutely popping off on the level 16 Kassadin, and they're just gonna look to end the game.
Absolutely ridiculous. They took a few of the outer turrets, but they said it's all about mid lane now. Once they grab Baron at 27.5 minutes, they are gonna grab the game. More kills being put into their pockets before they get to the Nexus. Shots and fires from Zeitnot and Snowflower as they look to get the base in favor of Supermassive, who are now 2-0 in the play-ins. Vance Brothers, Alistar, Skarner, Darius, and even going to be quite a tanky Rise coming into that fight with Kai'Sa on the backside. Ornn, Trundle.
What I can do at this stage of the game.
Actually pinged question mark twice.
Here we go in the bottom lane.
1 hit, 2 hit. I'm sure Udisoft would love to get a subjugate down onto Mako as they head into the fist fight. There he goes, turns it on. Can they get the chomp and the bite? A great pillar coming in, but Clear Love comes in at a great time. As they see Triple just on the wing, they turn away from the fight and EDG stays safe. Great job by Direwolf.
But they got 3 summoner spells out, and that was a really nice pillar from Udisoft. Knew the flash was available, so held it. They're going to force him off the turret. This could potentially be first brick coming down. However, meanwhile, in the top lane, you can see Scout rotating up there as well. Biopanther in trouble.
Horn's called out. Who's going to get the first turret? I go, ooh, nicely done. Apprehended, so they can't get the Horn knocked back. And now it's going to be a lot of tanking from Ray. It doesn't look like he's going to make it out of this one. Good, yes, he gets the kill in and the heal as well. Triple just short. Realm Warp out.
Game of League of Legends is a game of push and pull.
Right.
They've got a very aggressive top lane. Trade the ability to keep a cool head, certainly there for both of these teams.
Ooh, trade back and forth.
However, now Clear Love looking for the gank.
Flash and hit. Ooh, flash for flash. He says, I was just waiting. Does the butt turn too? gets in that little extra range. So it's like it is going to be one turret. How far do they go? Bots actually pushed off just a tad. They don't have too much pressure. But they also, as I said before, don't have that vision to go forward. No shoulder wards on the left and the right make it a little scary. And Ray will say, oh, you got global gold. I'll get some solo and global gold.
Exactly right, and that's once again just really respectful. EDG.
What has plagued them in previous international events?
Have you
Not
ever
being able to
seen
find anything?
an LPL team play this discipline rib? What are they doing?
No.
LPL versus OC, these are two of the bloodiest regions in the world. You're expecting 20-odd kills to come through in a game at a minimum.
Whoa, there's some blood in the water as iBoy goes down. He flashes over the wall from Direwolves trying to stay safe. They meet King. King tries to get himself to safety. The apprehended in the blue buff. Oh, it's a huge knockup coming in from the Ornhorn and Glacial Fissure. And it is an absolute wash as EDG starts to take down the rest of Direwolves. Udisoft falls. And number 1 and 2 at kills and assists at 15. Exception Clearlove. Where have these kills been?
I mean, I think we saw it. Out of good options, they need to group up. Now is the time they probably need the desperation team fight.
Worlds, they knew they were coming in against the beast of EDG. Also a victory in their first game.
And BioPanther tries, right? He walks towards mid lane. He says, can we start a fight somewhere? But the push and pull effects right there again.
Yep.
iBoy, Mako back away. They're giving them nothing. They break the base. They're going to take down the last outer ring. This was an even game about 4 minutes ago. Now an 8,000 gold.
Drakes on the game, both to EDG as they make their way. Sorry, 3 Drakes, 2 to EDG now as they make
He's
their way.
looking for the force.
How many can he draw? 3, 4 members currently up to that top side. As you're going to see BioPanther in base trying to protect. Realm Warp to the mid lane as well. Comes in Scout, and he'll be hitting up the turret with a few minions. Nicely done by him and joined by Mako and iBoy. BioPanther's doing everything he can inside the base. Said maybe the Ornhorn starts that off with the follow-up give.
Scout's going out.
Enough time. Scout's low. Glacial Fissure, not too much use to take him down here. Also, slight bit of room to work with here while still doing
Here goes iBoy.
a little repair. Killer instinct from
They got
iBoy.
him.
Cupcake throws down the shield to try and stop any damage. King, beautiful damage onto Clearlove as he gets himself safe. It's going to be an apprehend by Ray to stop the damage for now as Cupcake, he can't help the team anymore. But EDG has to also disperse as Direwolves is coming out of their base. Step back, looking for the end zone on this one. 3,500 on the Baron, a 50-50 smite. Clearlove does not have flash to get in, but he can get the distance. Ornhorn stops 3, just short of Baron. That's going to be Cupcake going down. Mako's low, but he's got the ultimate on his Clearlove. Now gets himself to safety. A 3-man pulverize from Mako.
Where's the
And
inhibitor?
Ray is doing work in the base. Mako holds everybody in place as Ray is going to be the sole winner. The inhibitor comes up. It's not the first time this world a team has been thwarted on the final play. That's a double kill for iBoy. They get BioPanther as well with the Void Seeker, and it's going to be all Ray in the base. It's going to be all right for EDG. They're going to make themselves 2-0 in the play-ins. Ray is having a bit of fun with his food, and EDG take the win. Good for a Q, good for a kick. We'll see which one comes out first for him. And Ascension Gaming has the comp locked in that they will use against G2 Esports.
But what lane are you playing around, Riv? When you pick up Lee Sin, it's
Instinct from Kjarnan. They see Wonder on the other side. No disdain from him just yet. The team doesn't have it. A hit onto Rich, and it looks like they'll be able to take him down. Gray health or not. Who gets this one? Nixar with Chain of Corruption, and it will not help his support. But now they have damage going on to 3 members of G2. Perks with D. There's the kick coming in from Lloyd. He's able to solidify a kill on Jankos. Beautiful Forge God as the teleport from Rocky comes in.
Give us anybody. They chase members everywhere. They give up the early game advantage. They give Scaling Dragon and looking to mobilize around objectives much earlier this game.
And they're going to have a lot of free movement after this as well. Perks, and they still want it. One right move from Perks, and they still want it. Flash for flash. Wadid is there. The char is in from the quickness, but the turret's not going to be doing enough damage just yet. And can they get the crowd control that actually equals the fight continuing? Jankos just off on the side. Realm Warp does not get Wadid in long enough. Fear Beyond Death almost gets there. Petrifying Gaze onto Wunder as the fight continues. G4 is trying to get the spell. Vamp almost keeps himself alive, but he does go down. And the top side of the fight, Lloyd loses. You know the enemy's trying to kill you, but they still get it to work. The G2 is hungry. Low, flat note to start off from the side of Ascension Gaming. Mid turret's gonna go down, and they are just picking up gold around the map as G2 does what they can in the bot lane.
And I think they wanted the mid lane turret of the Dragon being taken. Play on the opposite side of the map, though.
Oh, petrifying gaze onto Wadid. He gets himself to safety with the grand entrance, and there's the Hextech ultimatum onto G4. Quick kill there as they save Wadid. Nicely done.
Area of the map where they didn't have numbers. Fight gonna start here.
They're looking for the Realm Warp. He gets knocked up. Can't take it as he's in the air. Perkz is gonna go down as they get themselves a little too close for comfort. He's just running towards the turret. I love it. They know they're down. They just need to buy some time. And
This mid lane turret, and once again, Rich looking to cut them off.
Perkz gets knocked up. They'll see Abyssal Voyage. Does not deter the fight from G2. They want to definitely get Perkz out of this alive. 5 members of G2 now on the spot. And Ascension still able to decide the priority targets. Wunder now in the brush, denying vision but giving vision. The pink ward is in, so he can't do that anymore. Rocky and the Zanyas as Nixar flashing forward into the fight with Rich right behind him, looking for the Devour. A great kill from Lloyd onto Harnden, and it is just Ascension Gaming pushing forward, not caring if they'll lose another.
Coming in on G4 this time.
G4 gets himself a little too far out for comfort here. They'll be able to pick up one fast kill. Don't finish that teleport on the other side of the map. That's going to be
engaged here. But they will be able to pick up 2 turrets. They will finally break the mid lane turret, so be able to get some form of control over this map. That might be the situation that G2 were looking for, because
man, that was a hot spot in the blue side jungle for the last.
Certainly suspects they're on it as he saw the ward go over the back of the pit, but it is burning so fast, already down to 5,000 health. They might have to go for the fight here.
My eyes on Nixor on the backside of the fight. Yankos is already over. Smite's coming down up for 1,000 health. That's going to be G2's Baron, and the damage onto Nixar is huge. They need the Eddie K to stay alive, and he's in the backside of the fight. He's got hits onto Wunder, but they're losing members left and right on the side of Ascension. G2 now strangles them out at Baron and takes the objective for the Ascension group. They needed to have Ascension focused on something else. And G2
Kench ulti used on the other side of the map.
Rich and Lloyd, it's not going to be a kickback. Nicely done. Charge onto Perkz, trading the damage, but he is not winning that trade. Turret goes down as Perkz takes it down solo top. G2 gets one mid. Grand entrance knocks up 2 from Wadid, and now they have the engage onto Ascension. This could also be the base, and G2 picking up a victory. A double kill for Hjarnan, who had a much better laning phase, a much better game for himself this time. All of G2 coming out on top across the board after a very back and forth matchup. 51,000 moving up on 52 as they take down the inhibitor and Nexus turrets in front of Ascension Gaming, who are watching their base fall down. It was an 0-1 for both teams coming in, and it was a wonder who would be able to get the victory. Well, Wunder's on G2, and Wunder no more. It's going to be a G2 win, 13-7. G2 Esports take down Ascension Gaming.
They're really making it hard for you at the end of that game, Riv. No one wants to hit the damn Nexus.
Everybody always wants to pad the KDA.
But in the end, it is going to be G2, you know, sloppy early game still.
Standings, that's what we would do after we saw the teams playing. So there we go. Then the games we saw today, Edward Gaming 2-0. I think most surprisingly that they are 2-0, but Supermassive with the 2-0. Only unsurprising to Raz.
Yeah, I would say one thing that I want to hit is that Supermassive taking 2-0. If G2 can come back in the next day, then sure they can kind of combat for a first place position. But look how damaging it is if you take second seed. If you're going up against ADG, Cloud9, a good looking G-Rex, that's a best of 5 that you do have to feel really afraid about. That's why he felt like, it's like, we'll see what happens when we get there.
Yeah.
But the first tall in order, take down Supermassive in the next day.
Hey, you also know that you can't change fate if they board for today. In Game 6, which we didn't announce yet, it was Wunder in the end on his Urgot. Then Scout twice today. What a flying start for him. The 2 carries on Supermassive took one away, and triple in the mid lane for Direwolves. I think that gives a perfect representation of how today has gone, like, you know, what kind of games we've seen. What do you guys think?
Yeah, a lot of mid laners showing up there. No surprise for Scout. It always feels like every time you see this guy on the international stage, he crushes people in lane. Did that pretty much both games, so no surprise for me on with him picking those up.
Is there any surprises in this?
I would say triple, phrasing it as
That they won a game.
They won the
Yeah.
game. The fact that they won the game and it was all off the back of his Azir is excellent play. I thought he really played off them.
Yeah, I think he deserves some kudos
Yeah.
for that. Let's take a look at what we have on the slate for tomorrow. We'll return with the second round robin for groups C and D. That means, yay, C9's back for
There
the
we go.
ALCS fans. And it's also about G-Rex. G-Rex, the third seed from the LMS, turning up greatly, is 2-0 and got absolutely, or decimated Gambit rather on day one, so we'll have to see that rematch. And the teams that don't have any wins yet in KLG and in Kaboom, so.
I want to see Gambit a lot because Gambit versus G-Rex, of course G-Rex are able to take it handily in the laning phase because of how Gambit drafted